Hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to teach my own vassals the true meaning of perfidy in Stellaris. And don't think I see what you're up to. Oh, suddenly they're loyal, huh? Yeah, I see your treachery, Bacterians. I know what you're up to. I know that you're subtly planning to betray the Peterian Empire with your whole conscientious objector status bullshit. I know that when we declare war on these Etruscans that you are going to refuse to fight. These Eruxians, whatever. It's a bunch of space roaches and we're going to go stomp them. I know, though. I know that the Bacterians are not going to send their fleet to help us when we do that. But you know what? That's fine, Bacterians. We Peterians, we're a strong, proud race. We're humans. We don't need your squishy mollusk bodies in this fight. We've got more than enough fight for the entire galaxy. Also, let me just pose a question to you here, Bacterian hierarchy, because I'm curious what your thinking is on this. Do you really think refusing to fight in this war helps your situation in the Peterian Empire long term? Do you think your little uprising here? I mean, I don't understand your goals. Did the uprising that we had with this new faction, the Democratic Rights Center, did you learn nothing from that? Ask yourself what happened to the supporters of the Democratic Rights Center as soon as they announced themselves. How did the Peterian administration respond? How did we respond? That's right, we slapped every member of their coalition into irons and sent them to toil until their deaths down in the mines. They won't be ruling planets any longer. They won't be in charge of anything. The Democratic Rights Center, we have completely and totally crushed them. They're not doing anything useful now. Every one of them has been enslaved. Because I'll be damned if I'm gonna let these seditious dissidents have any influence over what I'm doing. I'll let a jumped up, ignorant, dirt farming peasant run this empire before I'll give in to some hoity-toity, anti-violence, pro-alien scum. You're not gonna pollute my empire with your liberal agenda. And that, Bacterians, you're like, Pete, what's the lesson in this for the Bacterians? Well, here it is. That's how I treat my fellow humans. The citizens of our empire that I consider to be actually citizens. That's how I treat other humans, Clamshell. I'm that sort of treacherous. I'm just that perfidious. I'm that vile, that evil. So ask yourself this, Clamshell. When you betray me, and we both know that you are going to betray me, but when you do, exactly what do you think that I'm going to do to the Bacterians as a species? What do you think I'm going to do? How do you think I'm going to respond? I'm going to eat your babies. You're goddamn right. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So is Zorm in our space? It is. We should probably capitalize that for District 13. I do want to make a couple quick changes to our districts. Planets, where was it at? Planets and sectors. I'm going to change the focus of some of my sectors because I feel like our research is really not coming along as much as I might like. And a couple of these sectors are doing all right for themselves. So I'm thinking what we're going to do, District 13 is, no, that's not what I want at all. District 13 especially is doing pretty well. So I think what we're going to do here, I want to just set them to a technology focus, assuming I can figure out planets and sectors. I want your focus to be... No, I don't want to drain their stockpile. I just want to change their focus. Sector settings, this is what I'm looking for. So you're allowed to do all of those things, but I'm going to put you on a research focus. And I'm actually going to do the same thing for Sector 12 over here. I want them to also be on a research focus. All of our non-core planets, their goal is going to be just go forth and discover things about the universe. Learn. That's your goal. Go out and learn stuff. Is there anything else that we need to develop in our own space? Because, again, I don't want to say these folks are second-class citizens, but, I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. These guys are definitely second-class citizens. We don't really want to be giving resources to peoples who may or may not ever amount to anything at all. We've got this whole area of space to explore. We're probably going to throw a colony at this ocean world eventually. In fact, throwing a colony at that ocean world would maybe be the right move right now. Right move right now, watching the world wake up from history. Has our fleet gathered together at Sol? I mean, not quite, but they're getting close. As soon as that fleet is in position and we can get them into the appropriate sector of space, I'm pretty sure we're going to go straight up and attack these roach men. I've had enough of their No more arthropods, not in my neighborhood. I don't want you infesting my house, because if I leave these arthropods unattended, you know they're going to be a problem. That's called the HIMSS Factory. I mean, that's a little on the nose, isn't it? They just called this construction ship straight up a factory. Well, the Peterians are all about calling a spade, I guess. Where's that other construction ship? It's in Coim. Okay. This is probably a science ship. Yeah, the HIMSS Arbiter. I really want to focus on science more than anything else. Is this planet... Are you in a sector or are you one of our planets proper? That's Los Pedalus. They're one of our planets proper. And as I recall, this is like a Gaia world, isn't it? Aren't you guys amazing? You're a tropical world, but you know what? All things considered, you're still real good. So, construction ship, I want you to build research stations here. Wait, is there already somebody on that job? There's already a ship on that job. Never mind, I rescind that. Cancel that. You're in Gingham. What are you doing up here? Oh, you were supposed to be building stuff for these jokers. Right, I guess you're done with that. Is Virdamon in our space yet? It is. Nathan, you really got to expand, bro. Ezio is over here waiting to get Assassin's Creed style on this fallen empire, which honestly, these guys have me real worried. We're bordering against two very potentially powerful threats. These other hive-minded guys sort of have me likewise filled with trepidation. We got a lot of people encroaching in on our space. Zarm, go ahead and build some research stations here in Zarm. This is acceptable behavior for you. Mostly, I just want you doing something rather than sitting around idle, and there's nothing else up here you can do to help the cause any. We could potentially colonize this shitbox Arctic world, this shitbox Tundra world, and just throw them into this district, which is probably what we're going to wind up doing long term. In the meantime, all right, let's go back up from normal speed here. We're going to crank things up a little bit. So we don't really need these warning messages. I know we have a timed project. I know we have inactive buildings. And yes, the Stevedore finished a research station, which is delightful. Okay, fleets all together. All right, fleets, merge up, bros. All for love and all for one. Yeah, there we go. So this is our most powerful fleet, then. It's as good as it gets. Not to be confused with the film by the same name, As Good As It Gets. And we have a wormhole center in Pava. All right, we're going to tramp over to here. Is somebody harvesting the minerals here? Pava's minerals are going unused. We really should change that. Ultimately, though, we are going to throw Pava in a district. We're going to kick it out of the Empire once we finish fully integrating the Bacteriums, which, by the way, happens when? Bacterian hierarchy still 22 months away from full integration. 22 months before I can eat their babies? That seems like a long time. Go ahead and tackle that anomaly. Complete. System surveys rolling in. Everybody has a lot of stuff queued up, so there. Okay, well, hold on a second. As long as everybody's busy, I'm okay with that. Our engineers are doing nothing. Advanced railgun is real good, but also 5,832 research seems like an extraordinarily long time. Mineral silos and mineral processing plants do have some advantages. Engineering facility too. I do like the extra research, I'm not going to lie. I think instead we're just going to take mineral processing because we can do it faster, and it has one extraordinarily useful building in it, the mineral equivalent of the Science Center. And our ships, I mean, system survey complete. That's delightful. Are you idle? The HIMSS Sanchez is now idle. Sanchez, what was your mission after exploring there? Did you have a mission? What are these other science ships doing? You're researching an anomaly. You're doing, okay, a bunch of exploring over there. Let's have you start doing some surveys over in this neck of the woods then. Survey, probably survey, probably survey. 3 is, I feel like, that's going to take a bit. We could, in theory, have this war over by the time that happens. So which one of these is the Eruxian capital? It's got to be Opera Max. One, because Oprah is not going to have her name on anything that isn't the best example of that thing. So do we declare war? We're already over our fleet cap limit, so you know what? I think the answer is a definitive yes. Let's go ahead and declare war. Before we do that, 2 things we want to do. 1, do we want to colonize this potentially habitable world and throw it into District 12? Or do we want to let it slide? Again, we've got Virdamon up here But I kind of want to try and terraform this before we capture it. It's a really good planet, though. Adding it to the Empire would not be a shameful addition. Do we have any other potentially better targets for colonization? Actually, yes. We get a lot more bang for our buck if we come down and throw colonies here. Also, they're going to be more protected, and we are going to ultimately wind up putting all of this stuff together into districts. So let's go ahead and do this. While we've got some minerals before the war starts, let's colonize these planets. Rather, let's survey those planets so we can colonize them at a later date. No, that's not you. Yeah, okay. So cancel what you're doing. Sanchez, the most loyal man in the Empire, and all he got was a system named after him. You survey that. Then when you're done with that, go ahead and survey this. And then, you know what? When you're done with that, why don't you come research this? Requires a science ship. Oddly enough, I was giving orders to a science ship. Strangely enough. I was trying to tell them, hey, come over here and do this. There you go. Did all your other orders just get canceled? Oh, wait, that's the Woo. God damn it, Woo. She never listens what to do, that Woo. What do you do about a girl named Woo? She never listens what to do. Survey this. And when you're done, you know what? Just, keep surveying. Oh, we can't survey that because it's not even in our system, right? Well, these are out of our area of control. So here, okay, Woo, when you're done, you come survey this. Where's the Sanchez? Sanchez, we're going to change your rules then. First off, survey here. And when you're done with that, then start bouncing around for some other potential systems that, ones that look nifty. Places that look nice. Like a potential cradle of civilization, say. Now let's get our colony. Well, we can't. I was going to say we'll build our colony ships, but we actually can't build those. So I think we'll spend this money militarily instead. We've got a big stockpile of resources. Spaceport, crank me out another clam smasher. Is it really appropriate, Pete, for you to be calling these ships the clam smasher when the clam people are not an inconsiderable portion of your empire at this moment? You have a lot of Bacterium who are actual citizens, Pete, and yet you still call your ships the clam crushers. That's how horribly inappropriate it is. It's like a rebel flag on a government building, man. You can't get away. Oh, I can get away with it. The Perfidious Empire. I'm the Peterian Emperor. I can do whatever I want. If I want to put a symbol of hate on my every single one of my buildings, I will do it. Speaking of symbols of hate. Hey, you know what, Iraxo? We don't like you. I'm thinking it's time for a formal declaration of war. Add war goals to declare what you seek to achieve with this war. When negotiating for a peace, you may make demands that have been added here. So we're going to do basically everything. Invite other people to attack them? The Obraxi Hive who are... No, they won't. Okay, we're done then. So, humiliate? Sure, put it on the table. So let's add humiliate. So we can give... Oh, war goals are... Okay, interesting. Assign individually. Yeah, well, guess what? The Bacterian hierarchy can get shit. All of your planets, I'm going to take all of these as potential war goals. I don't want to liberate any of these planets. I don't want to free anyone. Vassalize the Eruxo Empire? Can we not take humiliate and vassalize? Why can we not take vassalize? We can make them give up all their planets. Okay, hold on a second. I want vassalization on the table, because that's sort of my goal, actually, is to vassal. You become a vassal of the Peterian Empire. And then you get humiliated, and you give me all of your planets. Okay, I guess I have to leave them one planet. Is that how it works? No, I don't have to leave them shit. All of these are war goals. Make a tributary. Huh. Nah, this is fine. So the war score is going to cost us 188. Though some of the war score exceeds the selected demands too high. At least one of the selected demands is not proposable. So we can't humiliate and vassalize them? We cannot vassalize them at all? Is it because we've got them seeding every planet? Fine. What if I leave them their crappiest planet? What if I leave you this? I mean, really, what I want more than anything is I don't want to make them, I want to go to war to vassalize them. That's sort of my whole goal. Okay, so we can do that, and then also, let's say, what planets are in the Minchier system? These are the ones we'll make the war goal. Let's go look at this system very quickly. What do you got? What do you got? No, I don't care about the eruptions. I want to actually look at the system, though. There we go. So they have space. Ooh, they have a spaceport here. And a pretty big planet. Inhabited. So they have 2 inhabited planets in this system and a spaceport. That's going to make that a pretty tough fight. It also seems to be where they're focusing the bulk of their military. What do they got going on here? This is their home world. I guess we've never been to this system, so we don't know what they're going to have. Let's assume they're going to have a spaceport there, too. What do you got going in Xerox? How's this planet look? It's an ocean world. How big is it? Not that big. Well, we don't know anything because we've never been to this part of their space. I don't want to put the war goal in a system that also has a military station because I don't want to have to fight both of these at the same time. We got to be a little careful. We got to more deliberately pick our targets, and we want the war goal to be easily achievable. So I'm thinking maybe we just ask for this planet. Zabayek Oko Kaidov. It's a terrible planet name, but these guys are just a bunch of stupid roaches, so declare war. Yeah, Pete, you know, you called the bacterium stupid too, and those clams outsmarted. Yeah, what do you think it's gonna? Yeah, I know. I'm gonna look like an asshole when I get outsmarted by a bunch of roaches as well. That'll complete the trifecta of getting outsmarted by vastly lower life forms. So we're gonna take one of your planets, we're gonna vassalize, and then potentially also humiliate you. The Bacterian hierarchy gets jack shit. They're just coming. Are we doing it? We're doing it. We declared war. All right, let's go make this happen. Not a distraction. Down to Xerox. We go straight for the throat this time. We're going to keep things on, a lower-ish speed just for the time being. I want to see whether these bacterium scumbags decide whether or not they're going to participate in this war, whether they're going to be a bunch of jerkasses just sitting on the sidelines waiting for somebody else to do all their heavy lifting. System survey is complete. And the other thing I'm going to try to do also this time, as we go through and prosecute this war, I'm going to try and do a little bit better job. Here, just go research that. I'm going to try to do a little bit better job of also managing the rest of the empire so that the entire shit doesn't fall apart just because I'm completely focused on doing a war. Like, for instance, we're going to try and keep track of our systems and our planetary survey, so I want to run through this very quickly before the fighting actually starts. Just make sure that every planet is in about as good of a shape as we can get them. Okay? Earth and Petersburg are both good. St. Peter's, how you guys looking? You got an empty... I just want to make sure mostly that anybody has an empty tile blocker. I think I'm going to clear some... No, I mean, you've got 2. You're probably okay. Petersonville, you've, got plenty. Also, we want to kick that planet out of our empire, too, because it is likewise a shit dump. Bunch of stupid... I don't even remember the name of the civilization that used to live on that planet that we exterminated. The Kravadox, I think. We killed them to the last man. We could put food here. How are we doing on food? We actually have kind of a superabundance of food. I still want you producing the food, but I don't really feel like you need to build anything. But what I will do instead is build a basic mine right there. Peterson City, how you looking? Pretty good. You guys are an energy powerhouse up in here. Got that energy up in here, up in here. Fort Pete, how you looking? Okay, got a man getting ready to build and work on a farm. This is somebody's lifelong dream to become... Well, you know what? Never mind. I was going to say it's his lifelong dream to go and retire and live in the bucolic splendor out in the woods where he would be just spending his days quietly farming. But then I remembered that man is a slave. So, probably not. Where's a basic science lab? We'll get that going. And our next population we will set to grow on that science lab after the food. So that's got you guys set up for a while. This planet is working on an autochthonian monument. We should really have them doing something else in addition to that. Although this planet, El Pizzo, you're kind of a toilet. Where are you specifically? Like, what part of the galaxy are you in, though? Well, oh, right. This is just the second planet in the system. Okay, this is an also-ran planet for one that actually has something that doesn't suck. We're growing a population there. We don't really need to do anything to you, El Pizzo. What do we really need to spruce up our toilet? That's the question there. If we spend minerals on that, all we are really doing is, in fact, sprucing up a toilet. That's it. It's a dump. It's never going to get better. It's always going to be a place we go to leave our solid excrement. That's where we're going to go to leave our waste. Doesn't matter if it's a toilet made out of gold. A golden toilet is still just an object for you to shit in. I don't need a golden toilet. Okay, get some construction work in here. I just want to make sure all of my ships remain busy. Well, that ain't good. Okay, not a distraction. How badly outgunned are you? You know, this could go very much awry. We do have a transport fleet. Where is our fleet at? Where do we come in at? Not a distraction? Yeah, I want to... Wait a minute, what? How did we get pulled out of the wormhole over here? What the hell's going... Oh, they suckered us in, man! Okay, well, this is bad, but their other fleet is not here yet. I have to assume they're going to arrive, though. Automated shipyard. Yeah, you know, there's other shit that's real more important going on right now at the moment. This thing is firing missiles at us from 1 billion miles away. This thing should get fucking vaporized in a single shot. I really would prefer that my fleet not be firing at that harmless... whatever that is. I'm not even sure what that is. Guys, though. Okay, good. The Alpha Strike did some damage. Get this space station out of the way. Fleet's gone. Okay, we're losing ships. We're losing ships. What are we going to do? Well, this is one of the reasons why we already have replacement ships in the works as well. Speaking of which, let's throw another one on the pile. Another shrimp on the bobby. If we have to take some minor losses to eradicate one of their military stations, I feel like long-term this is still pretty positive for us. Okay, we're wrecking them up real good, actually. Yeah, that thing's destroyed. How's the fleet looking? We lost some ships, but we're still basically right at our cap now. Do we want to take Not a Distraction back and have him repaired? Let's look at the overall fleet strength. Is anyone significantly damaged? One of our destroyers is all shit upon. Okay, a couple of these are pretty banged up. One of them is a biscuit from dead. How crazy do we want to go, like, blowing up their infrastructure? These guys also use wormhole travel. Well, there's one other thing we got to do before we get out of the system, then. We're going to go blow up their wormhole generator. That's got to happen. So you guys come over here. Wait, are we still fighting? This fight should be over. Yeah, I was going to say, that should be done. Or are you guys just going to blow up literally everything in the system? They're going to blow up literally every... Okay, well, they're on a rampage. We're on a rampage! Yeah, come out here and blow up this wormhole station, though. That's what I want you to do. Stop rampaging! You're going to get attacked by another... They're going to bring in backup. They're going to bring in the reinforcements. And you guys are going to get... You're going to get shit all over. Also, what are you doing out here, man? Bacterian hierarchy, you're just... Did you just try a straight-up invasion of their homeworld? Because that's the most insane shit of all time. They are trying a straight-up invasion of their homeworld. Well, I mean, not a plan I'd have gone with, but what happened to you, Bacterium Hierarchy? What happened to you? In the last war, you guys were an amazing, almost indefatigable opponent, and in this one, you're shitting it down your legs. You just took your whole fleet and threw it away. It's like you didn't pay any attention to anything we said in the meetings before the war started. You guys paid no attention, did you? None whatsoever. I told you, don't do anything stupid. In fact, I didn't even... Well, I've got no one but myself to blame for this. I've just realized this is entirely my fault. I encouraged the Bacterium to do this. I threatened to devour their babies if they didn't help participate in the war. I was like, hey, you guys turned code on this one. You guys don't chip in, do a little fighting, something. I'm going to devour your children. And they're like, well, shit, Pete's serious. You saw what he did to those dissenters. Those dissidents when he had up there who objected to his overall political philosophy. He straight up slapped them all in irons and enslaved them, and those are his own people. He is going to eat our babies. So we better fight. Even though we don't want to fight, we better fight. Okay, I just want to make sure everything is still... Okay. And things are still going well. Those are mostly ships getting built, I believe. Petersburg, speaking of which. Earth, you get a clam crusher. We're still over our... You know, we don't really need any more clam crushers. We're over our fleet limit currently. Let's just let that percolate a little bit. We did not take the kind of catastrophic losses in our fleet engagement that I expected or that we have previously endured in other fleet engagements. We're doing vastly better this time. I kind of don't even want to vacate this system. I think we should just go bombard the planet. In fact, you know what? We've already got the advantage here. Let's not give it up. This is the war goal, by the way. Zalabik Oxakodov. Why do we have a negative war score? Our war score is currently at -3. I'm going to assume because the Bacterian just, threw all of their shit away. Thanks for pissing away our gains, Bacterian hierarchy. Good job. I'm upset with the Bacterian hierarchy. Again, though, it feels like maybe it's my own fault. I did threaten them, cajoled them, and said, you participate in this war, I'm going to eat your children. And then they participated in the war. They just did it badly. Okay, I don't want to disband you. I want to split you into your own. Actually, what I really want to do is just get all of the damaged vessels and split them out. Is there a way to do that? No, I don't want to move. I don't want you to take point. I want to split the fleet. There's got to be a split fleet button. I really just want to detach damage. I don't want to repair. I don't want to split them. Okay, transfer ships. Transfer all. It is an option. Transfer all damaged ships. You guys make a new fleet. Your job, damaged ships, go get fixed. Done. This fleet, your job, come over here and bomb the holy screaming bejesus out of this planet.
Construction complete.
Finishing some construction. How's the rest of... Okay, we do have an idle construction ship. Let's go babysit that very quickly. HIMSS Factory. What are you doing out here on the edge of the galaxy? You ain't doing shit. What could you be doing out here on the edge of the galaxy? Couple things. One of the things I want to do, though, is I want to come down here and build a new wormhole station, actually. So that's your... I can't build a wormhole station until... Right, I've got to survey the star. Do we have an idle science ship? Yamastes, you're going to investigate an anomaly. All right, construction ship HIMSS Factory. In the meantime, then, why don't you come up here and build a research station? I mean, that'll keep you busy. Just go to Trolldom and build up a research station. It's not the greatest thing you could possibly do, but it certainly doesn't suck. How good is this planet? Continental World 12. That's garbage. Keeping an eye. The whole empire, man. I gotta keep an eye on all of this at once. It's a lot of plates to keep in the air, admittedly. But fortunately, I am a plate juggler. Pete, can you really juggle plates? Well, I can juggle. I can't juggle plates, per se. Why do you say you're a plate juggler then, Pete? Well, because I feel like that's about the same level of entertainment that I provide to the masses and the public on a regular basis. You ever watch somebody juggle plates? It's pretty fucking not funny, or it is like not entertaining at all. It's real dull. So let's embark all of our armies. Speaking of which, why does this planet not have defensive armies? Because they really could use some defensive armies. The people on that planet are going to be real angry when... Wait, are they going to be angry, or is that the planet that we killed everybody on? Never mind, they're probably not going to care at all. Oh wait, no, they're still fungus men, right? I keep confusing the Kravadox and the fungus men. I'm in such a lust for genocide, I can't even remember who I'm targeting for genocide anymore. By destroying that wormhole facility, will we not have significantly reduced the Erection Empire's ability to get into our space? Actually, the answer is no, because their main wormhole station is still in their home system. Okay, the Goibnu finished construction. Let's go. What are you working on now, Goibnu? There really isn't much for you to do, is there? There's effectively nothing for you to do. Are there any improvements you might build that in any way benefit the Empire in any capacity? You could come to Gillian. Okay, here. Come over here. Build a mining station. When you're done with that, come to here and build a research station. When you're done with that, come to here and build another mining station. So that's got you taken care of for the foreseeable future, and all of that shit is now covered. Back to the war. It's like a constant digression. I just got to keep being like, and meanwhile, back at the war. Speaking of which, the war, I feel, is going swimmingly. Transport fleet, you're in Pava. Shouldn't you be here by now? Can you hurry up? I really need your help before the Peterian Empire throws away another fleet driving them straight into the jaws of doom. Real charge the Light Brigade move there, clan men. Stellar tactics, superb work. Really proud of all of you. Where are these fleets moving? One of their fleets just disappeared from radar. They use wormhole travel. That has me very uncomfortable. If we could destroy their last remaining wormhole station, there would be benefits to that. And it's possible that this fleet now has become weak enough that they're considering making a move. Maybe we should bring in our backups. Those 9 are headed back. I really don't want these guys to get ambushed. You know what? Bring the backup fleet in here. Okay, first strike force, you're going to come back in here and be our mobile reinforcements for our repair ships. Let's see where their fleet goes. Again, they've gone radar dark. My theory, they probably went back to their home. They probably went home. We came in, kicked open a roach's nest, and stomped everybody who ran out when we turned the lights on. HIMS Torch is finished its surveying. What were you surveying? You did not survey that system. Were you doing research or something? The 2 habitable worlds are being surveyed, which is except... Oh, shit. They followed the Bacterians? Bacterians, what are you doing all the way down here? You were down here encountering some Lambda menace? What is this? Unidentified Empire has at least 1 station in his system. Well, it looks like our southernmost level of expansion is also going to be relatively cut off, so it's going to be vital then that we begin colonizing these systems as quickly as possible. Has this place been surveyed? If this planet, it has been surveyed, we got to colonize it. This is going to cost us 50 influence, and we're going to need some influence in order to end the war. You know, I want to colonize it, but we can't. Again, we're still coughing up 2 influence a month to finish. We're going to be down another 24 influence, and we're going to need some influence in order to end this war. Bacterians are thwarting me at every turn. Even by integrating them, they're causing me problems. I really, really want to colonize this and lay claim to this space. The other way we could claim it is to build a frontier outpost, but if we do that, that's also costing us influence. It just costs us less. Do we have a frontier outpost we successfully get rid of? We've got this one. I don't think the influence of these 2 would be big enough to converge, so we could theoretically get rid of that one eventually. Not right now. Lur Zerman, are you... You're not colonized at all, but we have... You know, okay, we don't need this one at all. This frontier outpost, this one can go. You are getting disbanded. Agreed. Done. We don't need that frontier outpost. We have... Wait, didn't I just disband that? Okay, there we go. Had to wait for the update. Okay, that changed our ticks very, very slightly. But since we've got Beetlejuice and Thoskull here, our border integrity has been maintained. And it's all about the integrity of the borders. If you don't believe me, just ask Donald Trump. Oh, that's right, Pete. It's all about... that's right, Pete. The border integrity, it's huge. It's absolutely huge, Pete. Huge. So, we need a construction ship then to come down here. All right, HIMSS Torch. If we put you right here, or potentially here, this should allow us to deny colonization rights to whatever this empire is. So go survey that system as quickly as is humanly possible. And I was going to say, and now back to the war, but I'm looking at the clock on this one. I think we're going to have to wrap it up. Things, as far as the conflict are going, I feel like they're going swimmingly, man. We're doing really, really good. Why can we only control 10 systems? I thought we had a higher... Imperial prerogative and expansion. I guess we can only control 10. I thought we had 11 for some reason. Anyway, I still feel like we're prosecuting the war enormously effectively. I think this one is going to go vastly different than our initial war against the clan people did, in that this time we were prepared and didn't foolishly rush in and get ourselves killed. It's beautiful. I don't want to be Matthew Perry in a movie starring Salma Hayek, wherein I just go ahead and rush right on in, even though I have no idea what I'm getting into, and I wind up married to a woman whose brother is named Chewie. If you want to see me not rush in where angels fear to tread, if you want to see me tread where angels don't fear to tread, Might consider subscribing, posting episodes of Stellaris every day. If you enjoyed this episode, you also might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. I appreciate it. Your support does really mean a lot. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back to finish stomping these roaches again real soon.